Recording in progress. It's a free event.
There's a bathroom down the aisle here, coffee's on the table. Just a reminder, if you guys worked on moments or after them, you might get a ticket.
If you got really awesome parking and you just got here, you're probably
yeah. So Lawrence is this street right over here. So if you want to take a minute and check your car, you can, but there's street cleaning today. And you should just check the sign for Wednesday of the month. Yeah. All right, good morning. My name is Nick.
Hey, Dad, Scott.
You got it, and that's what I do right now. Since it's school is in session, kids are going back to school, I don't need kids, but I'm school. Why do oranges do so well in school? Yeah. That's the answer, not the right answer. Because they concentrate. Okay. Well, we're here today to solve 3 different problems. Entrepreneurs need feedback on their startups. Entrepreneurs need a place to practice presenting. Entrepreneurs need a place to meet other entrepreneurs. We have a speech it's called 1 Million Cups. We meet every week here Wednesday. We meet weekly Wednesday, 9 a.m. here at Enterprise Co-working. There's free coffee on the table. Please don't take the coffee that's in the kitchen. That's not ours. We do 6-minute presentations followed by 15 to 20 minutes of interactive audience feedback. In terms of who's presenting, we're looking for presenters that have an idea of a product and that are willing and will receive feedback. Ideally, they're in the teenage stage, so they're not too young or they don't know what the problem they're solving or who the customers are, and they're not too old where they're here just to sell as well. And this is a great place to just practice presenting as well. We have a website, it's 1millioncups.com/Denver. Please go to our website, follow us. We do update locations. Sometimes we have to change where we're meeting. For example, October 5th, we're not going to be here, we're going to be somewhere else, and we'll post it on the website, but we also do a weekly newsletter, like who's presenting and our updates as well. So please follow us on the website. We also have a Slack channel on the Colorado Startups Slack workspace. So if you want to join our channel, just join the Colorado Startups Slack workspace. There's a QR code over there you can scan that will get you automatic answer. And I also post some jokes in there as well. That's how that works out. Quick shout out to the org team, myself, Courtney, Philip, Andrew, Lindsay, Kimberly, Kai, You guys are all here. Let's give you guys a round of applause. We're always looking for more people to help out. So if you're interested in being the organizer, talk to any of us. We'd love to get you on board. Shout out to our sponsors. Our main sponsors are the Coffee Foundation, Enterprise Co-working, where we're at right now, and Queen City Coffee, which is coffee you're drinking. We also have 1MCDEN, Meet, Rocky Mountain Microfinance Institute, Contact Tampa, Denver Angels, and the Small Business Development Center. Let's give them a round of applause as well. I think a little around. I'd like to first get an idea of who's in the room here. Who's new to 1MCDEN? Awesome. And who consider themselves an entrepreneur? Most everybody. Great. And I'd like to get to know some people here in the room, looking for some volunteers, name what you do right here. Looking for anybody who want to start off. Let's call on people. Go ahead.
My name is Michael. I'm new in Denver. I returned December of 2020, so now for about a year. But I am on my third startup. I sold my first two when I was 19. The project I'm working on now is Feed Plan, which is basically a subscription-based marketplace platform that connects restaurants with customers. So it's a restaurant subscription app. Basically, it allows you to build a meal plan for your favorite restaurants, and it just makes finding your next meal significantly easier for people that don't like to cook and eat to live and don't really want to have to spend an hour and a half, 2 hours a day to deal with it. Because that's me. So solving a problem for myself. I'm super passionate about it. I've been working on it for a year and a half. I have a development team. It's going to be launching the MVP next month in the Denver area to test it. I'm a solo founder. I'm not technical, but after 9 months of looking for a technical co-founder, I just enrolled in a Flatiron boot camp for software engineering because I knew that I needed back-end kind of knowledge just as my development team was working on it. So I want a technical co-founder. If you have ideas for me, I'd love to connect. I know that everyone's looking for one, but I'm open to any and all suggestions, but if I have a launch in that, working with that. So
when are you going to present there and when invest?
sorry.
Okay. We'll talk later. Thanks for being here. Okay. Yeah.
I'm Andrew. I'm also an entrepreneur. My first company, I did a Series A and Series B round of investment, and then my current company is a solo founder. I do have a technical background. I make hardware, electronic components, custom electronic components for the biotech space, and I've shipped about 8,000 units to 6 continents in the last 5 years. And so it's going well. I'm just trying to develop this business and make it better. Yeah. And I'm looking for other entrepreneurs, I'm not sure potential partners or just ways to grow the business or other businesses to be involved with. A lot of my previous time during the pandemic was spent automating a lot of my procedures. So now I have more orders that I have less of. So I want to do more stuff.
Anybody else still in this company?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Trying to get something started. I'm Charles. Most of my experience is in full stack marketing in the Midwest. That's about 7 years when I was full stack developer. Spent the last 2 decades working on other people's servers and trying to do something on my own. So I'm here to meet other people who are looking to do some more stuff.
Awesome. One more.
My name is Adrian. I'm a multimedia specialist. I'm also an video development specialist with the Boys and Girls Club of America. So I'm a photographer, videographer. I do sound engineering. I do sound production, beats, DJ. I've worked with a lot of local like nightclubs, like Vinyl or Temple, Steve Denver. So I've done quite a large variety of different media projects. My mission, obviously, like I'm at Boys and Girls Club, so my mission is just to bring and like bridge that gap, because media has often had like a high barrier to entry, so I'm really trying to bridge that gap between like media and like marginalized communities, and just like serve as a representative and, you know, provide representation to marginalized communities. Also, I'm expecting my first child, so I was like, get out there and just like start putting myself out there.
Awesome. Let's move on. So for Moving Cups, we have some good facts. Entrepreneurs get to be open, transparent. Entrepreneurs get to get feedback and build their startups, and last, entrepreneurs build meaningful connections. Before we get to our presentation today, they're here for your feedback. So while they're presenting, trying to think of one piece of feedback to give them, either positive, constructive, maybe give like helpful questions that or support the analysis of growth. So our presenter for today is LabandGuard. It's a safety app that provides pre-screening for online to offline interpersonal transactions such as online dating, meeting friends, roommates, or using Facebook Marketplace. Our goal is to empower people to make different connections. Give a round of applause to Lauren. Oh, hey. Well, say hi to the next person next to you.
All right, great. Thank you for letting me come to so bear with me, my nerves might be a little high. So I am the CEO and founder of LabandGuard.
That's cool.
So LabandGuard started in 2021. I started the company last April. We are post MVP finally. Super exciting. Our main mission is to establish basically the trust gap between meeting someone you don't know online and doing a Facebook Marketplace transaction, Craigslist, that kind of stuff. Any type of situation that you'd be meeting someone that you don't know, even if it's just friends, roommates, that kind of thing. Our goal is to make that safer. I'm Lauren, so I am the founder and the CEO. I am a first-time founder, so learning everything on the fly, as I'm sure you veteran entrepreneurs well know. I'm also Colorado raised. I'm from Colorado Springs, so not in the Denver metro area, but still love being from here. I've worked in corporate cyber security and security for about 6 years, so I'm coming from experience, which is nice. So, kind of already talked about the problem. There are millions of interpersonal transactions every day, and there is no way to kind of screen people before you meet up with them in person. And so we're trying to solve for that problem. As far as our technology, we are in the process of changing our technology right now. Those things should be integrated in about a month. So basically, we have a double opt-in platform. You get a profile, I get a profile. If we're meeting online, I'll send you a URL link. It'll directly connect to my profile, and you'll be able to see my open background check. So basically, we only integrate criminal and arrest records. So if you have a misdemeanor, felony, or an arrest record, it'll show up. If you have just like a parking ticket or a traffic ticket, that won't show up. That's not important to us. We do usually invite people to validate online to offline interactions. One way we do make the online to offline interaction safer is everyone is required to put in a government ID to be on our platform. So it kind of keeps people accountable of how, how they're using the platform and basically confirming that they are who they say they are. We also have another meetup option. So I wish I had those slide here to show this, but, basically, you can record and track the person that you're meeting, the location, the time, and the place that you're meeting. And then after that, that little interaction, you just have a quick, click the button kind of, interview. Review on the interaction. So what we're looking for is people to review their interactions with people, not necessarily review people, but just say, hey, yeah, I met up with John Smith, he was really nice, really enjoyed talking to him, that kind of thing. Or on the flip side, hey, I met up with this person and they felt a little bit like I felt a little uncomfortable or it felt a little strange. That's kind of the goal. We did launch our MVP on June 1st, and so far we're just getting initial market feedback. Business strategy, this is kind of the biggest thing that I want feedback on today. So we are, our price pricing, as you can see, we have a couple different options for how we're going to monetize the platform. Our market entry is the biggest one that I want feedback on today. We're currently in an accelerator working on a product market fit. We are finding some use cases for the real estate industry. So about 40% of realtors have been in an unsafe situation, which is a pretty high number. So we're working on that. We're also working on potentially entering the market via people that use Facebook Marketplace a lot, so high sellers, high buyers. We're looking at that as well. And then kind of the third option for market entry we're looking at is working with other county stacks. The advantages of our business is that we are visionary. We're focused on proactive security, not reactive security, and we have very small companies right now. So it gives us a good opportunity to actually get into the market and get hold of the market. So my questions to you today, I kind of want feedback on market entry. I want feedback on what you think as far as market entry. So if you guys want to just maybe bounce around with some ideas. Yeah.
Hold on, wait.
Oh, sorry, Nick.
Round of applause for Lauren. So yeah, if you guys have any better questions.
Yeah, so we're hiring our CTO. She's already on our team part-time. But we're hiring our CTO full-time in September. So super excited to partner with her. Yes.
Can you please go back to the first slide?
Yes, of course. This one?
Next one.
This one.
Next one.
This one.
Yeah, so I think you might have described what you're doing verbally. I'm a super visual person, so whatever you put it like, this is what it is.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Okay. Do you want me to go back to my text
Yes,
slide?
yes, please.
Okay, I'll go back to my text slide.
So I think it would be useful, like, before the text slide, like, this is actually what we're trying to do.
Okay.
And then there's technology that supports that.
That's really good. That's really good feedback. I'm definitely not as visual of a person. I'm more auditory. So that's really good.
Yeah, but could you explain again, like, exactly the problem you're trying to solve?
Yeah, so, has anyone ever met up with someone that has felt nervous meeting up with someone for the first time? I mean, we have a lot of guys in the room, but, I am finding product market fit for men. So basically what our goal is to, and this is kind of where our gold start from comes in. Our goal is to be able to give you solid real-time data on individual for the user. A lot of companies use technology already to kind of screen like abusive language on their platforms, that kind of thing. Our goal is to be able to give people more information on a person before they meet up with them for the end user.
Got it. So like, if I'm gonna sell something that's very expensive on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
I'm worried about being somebody dodging using a lot.
Yeah, and there was actually, I have a million stories I could speak to, but there was actually a story out of Spokane, which is super small city, and there was a guy that almost got carjacked because he tried to sell his car on Facebook Marketplace. So it does happen, like there are a lot of situations with that. Our goal with our company is to approach it more as like, if you want to be trusted online, like come to us. Like we want to build a community of trusted members rather than just find, bad people, that kind of thing. But does that answer your question?
It does.
Okay, yes, sir.
Are people like me
even anonymous notes on your background video? Like, you got picked up on that, you said you could
Yeah.
leave a note, like, they're strange or something like that? Is that what's happening?
So the beauty of it is usually transparent, so I can interact, so like, let's say we interact online, right? And we like, go out, go meet for coffee, whatever. I can put in, hey, what's your name? Philip. I met Philip, who was great, really nice, good guy, felt really safe with him. And then on the flip side, you can do the same thing, say, hey, Warren was, you know, seemed like a good person.
What stops a bad breakup from turning into, I went on a date with this person and they tried to put me in the back of their Chevy Spark? Like,
So right now, so right now. This might not answer your question. So right now, we're only limiting our, like, reviewing interactions to actual, like, little chips that people can make, so people can't, like, just say, hey, this person is horrible, person, you know, like, they can't just go on there, like, they could select, yeah, I didn't feel comfortable with this person, or I didn't feel safe, or, you know, something happened, but we're not just allowing a free for all, we're just kind of limited it to only the things that they can collect on our platform. Does that make sense?
as far as market goes, I work in the higher education space. I think student housing and the surrounding, taking the real estate coordination to student housing. Because you're, like, when I think back to when I was living in student housing, but I was paired with 3 random roommates and
Yeah.
it didn't go well. So.
Yeah, so we have, I have thought about partnerships with colleges. We are going to push our kind of more on the B2C side, at universities, particularly. Steve Bowler, CSU, all that stuff. So I have thought about that piece. We are looking at partnering with a company currently that's doing, they have an online platform for thrifting, for college students. They're getting started. They're basically the same stage we are. So we are currently, I'm trying to reach out to them, trying to talk to them right now, and try to kind of work with that. Yes.
So as far as financial goes, like you were talking about, some interactions in the end are stronger feelings than others. So maybe the marketplace would be one where it's a better one to go back into and not have to deal with that process.
Yeah, online dating, one of our competitors in the online dating space, and I just found a stronger use case for like a Facebook marketplace. So I figured that would be a smarter way, and then we can always build out from there, you know, build out more specific features for different use cases. Yes.
I hear that you have feedback on market entry and I have a lot about presentation. Are you ready for that?
Yes.
Because I think you have something really like formative here, like something really, there's a space for it. And I feel like personally feel excited about it. And I kind of lost it. And I think that you said you have 1,000 stories to tell about this particular thing. And I think it would be like some golden thread. And for me, I think the opportunity to kind of see who the end consumers or who the person on the other end of the presentation and like what it is that we need to know. Because while you were talking, I was like, oh, I want to talk about my answer, but I'm confused. And so like consolidating that information and creating a through line would be really helpful for me.
Okay, as far as like explaining how the technology works.
Or more like, we've gone back to this slide, or like really thinking, we're going to 1 million plus there are people that have don't necessarily know where I've been coming, what we've culminated with, who is part of the team, like those kind of things, what we're looking at. And then I think when people start to feel confidence that in what it is you're creating, then there's the opportunity to, oh yeah, I think student housing might be a really good one, or what kind of context can I have? But in the context of this, my brain was like up 1 million different trees, culminating information to some total in order to get to what you want.
Okay, so it needs to be a little bit, do I need to do more stuff storytelling then? Or do I need to do, I guess, can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that I think storytelling component for sure would be really helpful. Get us all on the same page in the beginning. Tell us a little bit about what it is you're trying to do, what it is you're creating, in what space, and where you've seen it fit in the marketplace
Okay.
so far. And And then being able to tell a story of your brand and where they come from, what are we looking at, who's involved, how are you collaborating, and then we can come into like, oh, what does the marketplace look like for this?
Right.
And by we're getting to know someone involved with the child, if your child goes to kindergarten, you've done a million different things.
Right.
And we're trying to see like, get to know the child before we're like,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe a sports school down the road might be a good idea.
Right, yeah, no, I think that's a really good point. I do need to better. Yes, sir.
Adding on to like what was just said, in terms of like propaganda and like rhetoric, like here is like one hell of a salesman, you know, we can really like, maybe like, this is something we need to do, like display in that way, like, it's really move a lot of people from like the get-go. But the second thing I want to say is, in terms of like market entry, I don't know if we have like any Facebook partners already, but maybe finding some like real estate firms that we could partner with, that they have like all their agents go through the offers, we kind of like that market entry.
Yeah, we are working on that. So we're working on these.
Yeah, I know, events, right, like, there's a lot of like real estate firms that like their own events like for like networking and stuff, and like, so maybe to just go through and invite.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I know there's some like, usually I like to meet, I want to sort of on Monday, Tuesday nights.
That's really good. Either one, yeah.
Yeah, just to kind of just drill down the point that you were making. It's almost like you're telling two stories, right? Like you tell the story without this cool thing you're creating, and then you tell the story with a world with this in it. So like this same person starts something on Facebook Marketplace and has a bad experience, and turn what's it called? Lemon guard. And to the lemon guard. Here's what their experience looks like, and very specific, like, is at one point you said, one of the ways you do this, and that kind of, that they, oh, what are the other things they're doing? And but it's just filling it down, and so even though you might have plenty of ideas, here's what our MVP does.
I think our product team.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so if you're going to market, are you familiar with the saying, mispronunciation, the riches are in niches?
Yes.
Yeah, so I focus on one thing, you try to get it right, whether it's, realtors who are showing homes in places that are off the, Facebook marketplace, like they want to like, there's a few things to focus on, and, get right on top of that. This will help inform your content strategy and stuff for market, try to drive it out. If you want to sell something on marketplace, go to a police station, in front of a camera, like meet in the lobby of your apartment complex, and, you can test it, but I probably avoid trying to go like far and wide at first.
I'd say the last thing for real estate, we do next. So I have real estate company center on assets. And so what you're trying to do, I don't know that. So I would be very
Yeah, I love that. Because I need more feedback. Yes, sir.
One of the interesting things about it is I'm trying to figure out like or kind of it's fun work people like people writing is I did a bunch of keyword research and keyword mining using it like model for SEO like that. And basically what I did was I made like groups of each market people thought they were, and then I figure out like what are people for, so then I can something like this. First we can figure out like what that initial niche is, so then then you can do is use that data to then inform like some small tests, like Google Apps or something. And just like what are people clicking on? Because then that can inform, okay, these are the landing pages you need to make, this is the language you need to start using, all that stuff. So, and it's relatively inexpensive. I know I can really get down that for $100,000. So,
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I'll let someone look at
that's
that.
just something.
Yeah, that's really helpful.
I'll add to that. I think going with real estate and Facebook Marketplace would be confusing for a website, and using language page testing, having one language page about real estate agents and need for your product, and another language page for Facebook Marketplace. You can then see which ones make more traction, which better. And balance is one tool.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Let the customer like with your traffic decide that was
What
problem solved.
I was gonna say, I thought the real estate, use case was interesting, but so much travel. Like having that extra layer of protection would be really, I can tell like how you have, for a real estate business that have their features. For Facebook Marketplace, was there, it's like a review system in place like already. Infrastructure built in, I feel like it adds like another layer that might be. Yeah, exactly. Like we're all reviewing each other, you know, in the ways of platforms. But I think the real estate piece, like you that statistic, I felt was like very powerful, like 40%, like even incorporating. And just to really define the problem with like numbers. Yeah, so I'm mindful of having those beginning and that storytelling piece, like everyone's talking about. God, use these really powerful.
Exactly, that's like, if you're buying something on Facebook Marketplace, all right, it's gonna be a couple $1,000 potentially, right? So there's a certain degree of like, hey, you can go to a police station, or you can go somewhere like Best Buy or car wash, things like that. Whereas the house, you're buying something that's a couple $100,000, you already are buying into the fact that you're about to go to a lot of market, like personal, like, investment for data.
Yeah.
You know, so it lowers that barrier to entry of like, hey, I'm gonna upload my government issued ID into this app. They don't really have.
Yeah.
Us.
Yeah, I think there is a reduction of property or friction, I guess.
I'm curious, would this product claim to replace the need to go to the police station to solve the item?
Ideally, in our ideal utopia world of technology, ideally it would make people feel like, yeah, like I'll meet you wherever, like you want to go on a hike for first date, yeah, sure, like I feel safe because 100 other people said that they had good interactions.
Is this kind of comparable to like the social support that you, talking about?
Yeah, like
That's kind of like the route you're going, but like a way to kind of put your foot in the door before anybody says, hey, we're running.
our goal is to make it the objective. I don't want to rate someone based on how many they are.
I thought that's what we just said we do.
Well, we're giving interactions, right? We're giving objective. Our subjective opinion on an objective thing, right? Which that sounds very confusing.
It's not confusing, I hear what you're saying, Chris. Yeah, I'm not upset about it, I think it could be great, I think eventually there might be something like that. Seems like we want to be closer to being there when this starts.
The goal is just like later on people, and so.
Good.
Just some feedback on your presentation. I noticed, and like you mentioned, you're probably nervous.
Yeah.
You're talking, and sometimes our initial reaction to being nervous is to be more careless, you know, and like, so a couple times when we were saying things about you know, I guess we do this, or, you know, something like that, and if you maybe think about looking around and really owning what you're doing and coming across as like, yeah, this is what I'm doing, I'm really passionate about it, I'm not blasé about it, you know,
Yeah,
so.
that's really good. Yes, sir. Yeah. They're not awful at all, yeah.
So I'm sure you have one which is. International. Someone plays out in the, this person has this background. So.
Yeah.
The other thing about user rating is that adults become children online. And it's separate. We have this down the road. Oh, most so people need to be part of it. So, providing this and all of them, so much time to like he said, she said, he said, all kinds of stuff. So we actually just speak about them first. Yeah.
mediate and dictate, and having paid.
Yeah.
That you can see.
That's why we keep it, I wish, like I said, I wish I had a slide in here to show it, but that's why we keep it only to the chip selection on our technology. It's just one word, hey, this person's great, you know. So instead of being able to give them a text box. I know this person, so, and she did this. He did that. I'm sorry.
If you have some, options that are not. I would still expect
Do you consider the identity verification itself when you're core competencies, or are you outsourcing that part of it and focusing on just the interaction?
So right now, like as far as like outsourcing my technology.
Like when someone uploads their government ID, are you holding on location or trying to verify yourself, or
So since we're so small, we're basically putting eyes on it, make sure it looks credible, right? But we are trying to build our own verification system. So there's a lot from what I've learned from other verification companies, right, that do ID verification, is that they're really not coming from a place of, oh yeah, we're scanning numbers and, you know, linking that back to DMV records or, you know, whatever. We're just going based off of facial recognition software. So,
I have a question, here we go. So I had fake ID in college, it's scams. How does that work?
how does that work? As far as like how
I could go and buy alcohol when I was 19 years old. And my ID was scanned.
and then say,
Everyone knows how to do this.
yeah.
Under 25. So how does that work on y'all's?
So putting eyes on it for one, so if it looks like something that doesn't look right on it, it's like, okay, we can suspend some accounts temporarily.
But like, I was.
Like, look legit,
I'm
yeah,
telling you,
yeah.
like, you not telling. There's just, yeah,
I,
cool. But you like I had two for different states. Because at Ole Miss, you party, you can drink alcohol, so I
I
apologize.
have a lot of Ole Miss people, why is that?
That's the point of bringing up is that, like, if you're going on the highs, I mean, I could fool, like, if I was out to fool people. You could-
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. That is something we need to work on for sure. You know, at this stage of where the company's at, we're not worried about that because the initial early adopters, I don't think, brain fault here, I don't think are going to be like, oh yeah, I want to use this book technology for business. You know, I actually want to try this technology. So that is something that we are thinking about, but currently with the other like verification ID companies that we want to partner with, all they do is screen the face. So if your face looks like your government ID, you're verified.
I guess what I'm thinking is, let's say I'm a malicious Facebook, so like I'm just out to scam.
Yeah.
It costs $100 to get a fake ID that looks real. You put a fake name on it, and then could they potentially go and say, I've been verified by Live Card, and they check me out as being legit. So like you should have no worries about the person right now. Like, can they spin it and do that, or is it the buyer that's?
So that's why we have the review on the back end. So like if something were to go wrong, we can catch that. So like there is that dual accountability of, you know, I feel like that piece of it kind of reduces the idea that people are just going to use it to say, oh, I'm legitimate. If that makes sense. Because me, I'm in a party, right? I'm a third party and say, oh yeah, yeah.
Question, fake ID, I'm sorry, what's your name?
So are these like real IDs with?
All right, so, like, no, this happens everywhere. So, I mean, you get paid overseas and you put in a report with people. And I mean, at college that I went to, 75% of kids I think it's just, it's what you do in college. And so they look so real that you take it into a liquor store and they scan it and it goes through. And why you put your actual name on the ID versus a fake name is that it's illegal to impersonate someone else. But if you have a fake ID with your name on it, just a wrong address, you'll get it taken away, but you won't necessarily get thrown in jail for it. So there's ways that you can get around it, but yeah, sorry, it's an interesting perspective, but.
Should I kind of have you look at my,
Well,
have to work with me, look at my IDs.
I guess what I'm getting at is.
Looks like this is just a China.
What I'm getting at is that when I was in this, I had an Illinois ID and I had a South Carolina ID from Montana. So South Carolina, all of them stand. When I had the South Carolina one, the people in Mississippi started catching that if the last 3 digits on the really long 20-digit code was like 738, they would know that that was a fake ID because that's what China was using to get around the scanning action. So that stopped working when they picked up on that little tidbit that means it's a fake ID, but it is so similar that if you're looking at the front of this ID and the back of this ID, there is no difference. It's got the hologram. You're not just photoshopping something on a plastic card. Like it's cheap to do. It cost me $200 when I was a freshman in 2015. So I would imagine it's $50 now.
I think so. My thought is we do run an operating cartridge fine. So that's the other piece of it.
But what happens if nothing comes out?
You're putting in, well, nothing comes up, like, you have nothing on your record, not gotta come up, right? But what happens is you pay other sources, and so, I could see there could be a potential, like, we did have a mismatch, like, let's say you're from Montana, right? You're from Montana, and you put in a driver's license from South Carolina. And then we go back and we look at those public records, then you could, like, there's a potential, like, I don't know if like, we're all talking here, like, I don't know if it's 100%, but there could be a
So we're gonna move on. My question to you is, what is community?
real estate. Hook me up. I'm trying to think, I guess, what would be really super helpful is we are about to go through this tech change, and it's really helpful to have people that would be willing to jump on the platform and say, hey, I hate your tech, or I love your tech, or I think this is where I think we should. So I think that feedback would be.
Or if you have a fake ID, you want to test out.
Yeah, I need to call you. So, yeah, so feel free to. Is there a way to like?
Your information is on our website, 1MCDEN.com/Denver is all the information to contact. So let's give one round of applause. Since we only have one presenter today, we have a different type of presentation. We have a sponsor presentation. We give a quick tip, shortcut, no code shortcut from Allie with me. So Allie's gonna give us a quick 10-minute presentation and a quick tip. So let's give a round of applause to Allie.
So I'll just start with how many of you guys know what a CRM is? Cool. Okay. How many use one? Okay. And is it useful for you? Okay, so let's do some challenges regarding. Okay, so you have the follow up that kind of thing, or?
I manage a lot of projects that go through the CRM today, but next steps are usually.
Okay, cool. Anybody else?
user level, adjustment of like layouts. So like, I never use Salesforce, and it's chemotherapy for haircut.
Perfect. Way too deep, way too many options and not way too, yeah.
Not black or UK customers. It's broken.
Anybody else? Yeah. Oh, cool. So, like I said, I'm from the, I have this startup studio. We believe that innovation the cool intricacies of your software or whether or not you're making money or things like that. So we work with a ton of different founders and established companies and help them go from zero to validation for ideas, whether that's an idea for a startup or just a new feature for your service. So we use a lot of no-code tools, and that's kind of what I'm going to be periodically, formally, once sharing some of these no-code tools that we use all the time that I found are super helpful and very versatile. So I'm going to share one called Airtable. How many of you guys know Airtable? Cool. Okay. What do you do? Okay, cool. Sharing. Cool. Anybody else?
I use it for inventory and tracking inventory.
Great. Yeah, it can be great for that. Forms, yeah, forms are great on it too. So it's basically a database software that's no code. So you can actually have databases and organize things really well. And so I'm just going to share a simple example of how you might set up a CRM with Airtable that's way less complicated than anything you're going to pay a ton of money for. And it only has the things that you need, right? So basically, it's free. You sign up for Airtable. You've got these things called bases in there, right? So each one is like a set of data. So today I'm going to set up my CRM. I'm going to add a new base. And the first thing that happens is it loads. And then you've got this table. So you've got this table of information, right? And already, here's your CRM, right? You got, I just met Joe Schmo. And I'm going to add an email field. So these columns here, they let you change the field type. So I'm going to have an email type. And Joe Schmo email joe@schmo.com. This type of field, which is already in there, is for the people who are sharing this database. So you could add a tiny user using this for tasks and things. So I'm going to delete that field for now. And then we've got a status, right? This is where, like we're saying, Nick has trouble getting them to the end of the status, which is rough. But say my process is, I meet them at an event, and then I schedule a meeting. So maybe I say meeting schedule, and then I say met with them, and I say active, or I say not interested. Then we can save. And just I just met an event. Great. So now what I can do is I can import all my data. So say if you have a spreadsheet of people that you're working with right now, I'm going to go ahead and create another table in here. And I'm going to import some sample data like that. This is just a CSV file of all of my contracts. So it's going to come right in. And it's going to map all the titles of my spreadsheet to the actual columns. So I'm going to say import, and they'll pop right in. So now what we can do is sort people by city, right? So if I'm going to go, I'm going to go to LA and I have, want to set up some meetings, right? I can change this field, since we've got a bunch of cities in there, I can change it to a single select. And it's going to populate all the different cities I have in my CRM into things that I can sort by, which is super cool, because then I can go and filter and I can say, I only want to see people who are in English. Wow, I've got 3 people in English. Awesome. Bam. Instead of looking through your spreadsheet, right? Then, say we have a status field set up. So create a new status field in here. 1, 2, 3. Here. And this person. So now I'm gonna get out of my filter. And I'm gonna create a new view. Now this is where Airtable is super cool because it lets you show all this data in different ways, right? So now I'm gonna create the Canvas view, which is what we're used to with things like Trello and ClickUp. I think you were talking about those. So I'm gonna sort them by status. Right? So say Josephine just moved into stage 2, I can quickly look and see where everybody's at in their process. Is that helpful for you guys? Is that I just love Airtable because it's so versatile, right? Like you only have what you need, but you have so many options. So that's the quick tip. Yeah. Question.
What are your thoughts on Airtable versus?
I'm sure that's a good question.
And I feel bad because my parents never I know, but
No, she invested.
no, well, like, you can't, it's not a nice interface like like, but it does have so many extra features and probably another topic to go into discussion because it's awesome to create a wiki for your business and stuff like that. If I'm only gonna work with data, I use it. If I need extra like pages to use it.
Is Airtable display data in Gantt chart? You?
Yes, yeah, so there's all these different kinds of data you can use. And we can do a timeline chart. That's on the page.
I'm using Write essentially to copy.
Oh, cool. Sweet, okay, right?
Right? Yeah.
There's so many things.
It's kind of a rip off.
Yeah.
So where like, I mean, this is just for like the base interaction with the customer and how I like, I said, where's the unique identifier for each of these people? So like, I sent out, 20 quotes and now like, and now I'm like doing contract negotiations with this customer and then like, here's like 20 others who made purchase orders.
Yeah.
Constantly, like, shifting products and stuff.
Yeah. And that's where the idea of the relational database is so cool. If you want to do that without code. So like you're saying, like maybe we have another table that is a table of purchase orders. And then what we can do is we can set up, so order 1 that I'm working on, I can have a attachment column where I bring in the PDF of the purchase order that I'm doing. I can also then bullet and the purchase order can have its own status, right? Where it's at. But this is where Airtable gets super powerful, where I'm gonna link to another record. So I'm gonna link to table 2, which is my contact. I can even look up stuff, but that gets a little more advanced, so I skip that. But then I can say, purchase order 1 is connected with. Okay. Oh, my imported table is what I wanted to connect. So I can switch. Link to link. There we go. So now, I can see the list of all my contacts and I can say, Janelle is associated with this purchase order. Does that answer what you say? Okay, cool. And then you have other types of tickets and things, and we do this also with tasks, right? Like, have a follow up with there and then send them this thing. We can have a table of tasks, connect that to our contacts, and then Airtable also does a lot of automation, so you can just send yourself an email and that.
All right, let's give Ellie a round of applause. We're going to move on to community announcements. Are there any events for hosting and share? Opportunity to do it. Need help as well? Anyone like to help?
I am a part of the East Coast Local Science Festival. What we put it on this weekend is Saturday at 6 Park. So if you really like reading music, art, or beer garden, a really good cause. So everything is university design. So we're the world's largest accessible music festival. This past Monday, we actually just received confirmation from the city kind of announcing what next year will be like to. But it's super exciting. So music festival for everybody. It's a really special pleasure and festival. We have a lot of startups that are here locally that are creating really sweet technology for people. So we come out with a really good event. Finance got 11 artists and 2 stages all up through like the music area. So once we are still volunteers for that. But just come out and energetic and very fun. It's Shine Music Festival. You guys at shinemusicfestival.com or online have that. And then it's from Monday to Friday. There's an after party at my mom's house. Yes, I'm sorry, for all those who set our entire home. So there's an after party called Sunset at my mom's house. So we're using
Cool. I will be there from 48 as well. And I just posted in the Slack channel the website. So if you want more info, go to the Slack channel. QR code's right there.
I think it's all with a new co-working space in town. It's really focused with everybody's welcome. It's called Tara, and they are having tonight for International Women's Day. Like a big celebration of local community women. So they're at 9th in Colorado. And if you Google TARA, it's gonna be pretty cool. Networking.
We'll be hosting a networking event at our co-working space at Galvanize and Plant. Tomorrow at 4 o'clock. It's a networking event.
For who?
Oh, for anyone, yeah, for anyone, for startups and tech.
Okay.
So we have a multitude of different businesses. And so we have nonprofits to entrepreneurs, and obviously, a lot of individuals that are raising funds, so the opportunity for you to network. So there's an opportunity for fundraising. And that is on Friday, it's not tomorrow.
Right. Okay.
So it's from 4 to 6, and
They're in the Slack channel. Absolutely.
Hi everyone, I'm Clay. I've been in the Big Brother program for about 4 years, and I was like just promoting the cause. So we're going to almost talk about volunteering in the Big Brother program. I try to get here every week, so once in a while. I just heard about this. The Small Business Expo is tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. from Plaza Denver Airport Convention. 3 to 10, I guess there's like a certain stuff you can take us through, but
I'll be hosting an event, will be October 10th at one of the charter school, the American Indian Academy in Denver. We'll be hosting the community event, and we'll have guest stars from the TV show Reservation Dogs on FX. So I'll be at the school, so if you just look up American Indian Academy Denver, will be on October 10th, 3 to 10. So if you call me, you're from 1 up, so we're looking for donations literally the entire time you're there.
Awesome. Any other? Great. So word of mouth is one of the best ways for us to grow. So if you're enjoying this event, please let other people know. If you want to present, we're always looking for more presenters. So please go to our website, williamcuts.com/Denver. Just go to our website, how to present, fill out an application. There's 3 questions come in our pipeline, and we approve you and then send you a calendar link, and you pick the date that you can present. And follow us on social media as well. Quick reminder, you guys are awesome. It's so great to see you faces here and also repeating faces as well. Really appreciate you guys for out here every week. Have an awesome week. And before we hang out and talk, I have another joke for you guys. So my English teacher always told me that spelling doesn't matter because in the future we'll have autocorrect. And for that advice, I will be entirely grateful. Good. So we'll be here again next week, August 50th. If you guys need any resources for entrepreneurship, the Coffee Foundation has a lot of resources on their website. I have all these links in our Slack channel as well. I'll you guys out in the So you guys can stay here, hang out. There's no coffee. We'll have this room open for a half hour, so get to know each other. There's some swag on the table. We also have some cups out here you guys can see as well. But thanks for coming out. Round of applause for everybody.